In this video, I would like to talk about how to write selection criteria for government jobs. Before we talk about the selection criteria, I would like to talk about some important things like why they require this information. They require this information to identify your skills, how you resolve any problems, you have correct experience, and you have a proper knowledge about this job. So before you apply, you should understand the job description you are applying for and also the question they are asking in the selection criteria. There are a few things you need to know about before you applying for a government job. As my understanding, the government experience is one of the most important factor when you're applying for a government job. If you're applying for a state government or a local government, if you have and the candidate have experience in the same area, there is high possibility to get an interview or get the job straight away. And that's not mean that the private sector candidates can't apply for a job. That's not mean that if you have experience in government sector before, that's a high demand there to get a job. The reason is the different regulations and the criteria, and also the experience is quite different compared with the private sector. And also, before you applying for that job, you should read the job description and the selection criteria in details. And as I mentioned earlier, and go through all the information in the application pack. And also, these are the most common errors applicants do. Submit your proper resume, and also should do the spelling check before you submit the applications. So, and also for your information, you better maintain individual folders in your computer for individual jobs you applied for. In that folder, if you can keep that resume you applied for, and also the cover letter, selection criteria, and if any related documents for that job, that would be important to you when you get an interview. Because from my experience, when you get an interview, if you can't find the information, if you can't find the resume you applied for, you are in trouble, big trouble. So what I'm doing normally, I just keep individual folders and for the jobs you are applying. And also one of the important part is uh, keep a copy of the advertisement. Take a screenshot, use a snipping tool or something like that, and keep a copy in a Word document. And then when you get an interview, luckily, you can read through all the information. Another important thing is do not lie about in your resume or in your selection criteria. Always give your own experience and the qualification. Also, do not submit the same selection criteria every job. Also, this is a common mistake people doing. Apply the same resume for each and every job. You should read the proper you should read the job description very carefully and change your resume accordingly. And also, this is one of the example I saw uh, in the selection criteria on the job description. They ask your experience in the ERP system. For example, most of these government organization, they're using the technology one, SAP, uh, or Oracle, or some of the local government, they're using um, tech, technology one council systems, and synergy, like that. So if they have mentioned that experience is required or considering, you should mention, if you have that experience, you should mention in your resume and highlight that one, and also need to highlight in your selection criteria. So that's one of the main important one. And this is the another one. Does not matter really how many jobs you are applying per day or a week. This that means that you are applying for that particular job incorrectly. So like if you are applying for properly, you write proper selection criteria and apply the correct resume. That's the most important one. So now we're talking about the selection criteria. So basically, it depends on the job you're applying for. Most of the time, you will see nearly 6 to 8 questions in selection criteria. But most important thing, you should answer the all questions. So when you're answering the questions, always there are 3 things you need to consider. One thing is you need to explain how you identify the situation, how you identify the problem, how you resolve the problem, and also how you get the feedback, and is a positive or negative way. So these are the three components you need to, when you're writing a selection criteria. This is a must. This is the most important one when you are writing selection criteria. And also there are no standard size of the selection criteria. When you are writing, you can summarize the information. Some people write the summary, some people like more details wise. So it depends on the job you're applying for and also the industry. You can talk to one of your friend who has more experience than you, more experience in that particular area, whether it's a shoot too short or too long, like that. And also, if you have a friend in working in a government organization, you can check with them whether it's really lengthy, or you can short it. And also, I saw some government organization, they mention the selection criteria should be 2 pages, 3 pages, like that. So you need to make sure uh, you are you're writing limited to that particular number of pages. So and also, why they require this information is they testing you. You understand this situation, you understand this job description very, you understand the job description and everything. When you're writing selection criteria answers, you should give some numbers. What I say you should means always there is a there is a quantity for everything. In finance, you should have knowledge of how much of income, how much of capacity, how much of workload in dollar wise. So, for example, if you are a management accountant, which kind of capex budget you have, which kind of operational budget you're handling it, and if you're a financial accountant, how much is the organizational income, and likewise in different sectors, and also if you are in customer care, how many customer issues you are dealing per day, you are dealing with weekly. So from that they will identify how much capacity you have. So the more information and the numbers here they give, they will assess your experience. So that's one of the main important thing, and also give example. So when you are writing, when you're identifying the problems, um, and when you are giving the solution, you should write the examples. So you can say, I have identified this situation and I resolve this problem by using this method. And I identify this customer care issue, but then I resolve by using these methods and everything. So you should give proper example from your experience. Do not give any false information because they can identify easily in the selection criteria or during the interview time. And and also, as I mentioned earlier, you should have proper evidence for everything you are writing. And the another one is read through your resume or selection criteria and the selection criteria uh, once you get the interview. Before you go to the interview, read through all the selection criteria, job descriptions, and also the resume very carefully. And also, this is one of the important one. Use proper verbs to enhance your resume or the selection criteria example. These words really important for when you're writing your resume or the selection criteria demonstrated, maximize, streamline like this. There are lots of word in English. You can use it. I'm not pretty good with English, so but I would say this really important, and then the person who's reading will understand you have a proper knowledge of writing skills, and also you know how to present the information or report writing. So I would like to give this video as part one because this is just the basic information, but in I would like to do another video with in different area. For example, in finance, customer care, uh, customer care and marketing, and HR, and community service, something in different departments, different job industry, what kind of questions they asking, how you start writing uh, selection criteria by using different example. So hope you will enjoy this video. Make sure subscribe the channel and give a like to this video. Thank you very much. Good luck.